the University of Illinois starts the first medical college in the country.
The Engineering Open House welcomes everyone from children to adults to celebrate its 95th year at the university.
And due to State Farm renovations, the Fighting Illini hit the road. See how they fared.
Your UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, this is your UI7 Newsbreak, your U of I news source.
Hello and welcome to UI7 Newsbreak. I'm Lauren Jonan.
And I'm Alyssa Rege. A new college is coming to the University of Illinois, and it's the first of its kind. Carle Health System and the university have teamed up in a joint effort to form the first engineering-based medical college in the country. Physicians, engineers, and scientists will work with faculty and 25 students to mold a new type of doctor. The program will use engineering to create groundbreaking innovations in medicine. Imagine a tattoo that can prevent a concussion or regulate a pacemaker. This is one of the many ideas driving the forefront of medicine and the creation of the new college. The Carle Illinois College of Medicine will be funded through student tuition, new inventions, corporate investments, and private donations. Carle has pledged $100 million in the first 10 years. Chancellor Phyllis Wise expects another $135 million in private donations within 10 years. The new college is expected to open in 2017. The University of Illinois' Engineering Open House is celebrating its 95th year this year, and the EOH staff wants children to know the future starts here. 10-year-old Grace Miller says she wants to be a scientist when she grows up. And as a 5th grader, she can explain the properties of non-Newtonian fluids in incredible detail.
When you dipped your finger in, it felt gooey, but when you punched it, it just felt like plastic but rubbery.
But Grace is in the minority. Data from the U.S. Department of Education says only 16% of high school students are interested in science, technology, engineering, or math-related careers. Committee members for the University of Illinois' 95th Annual Engineering Open House want to change that. Director John Henrik says EOH is geared toward teaching middle school and high school students that math and science can be really fun.
Seeing an exhibitor explain something that they've worked on tirelessly for weeks to a student, and seeing that student's face light up, and they turn to one another like, whoa, or they touch a button and something lights up and they're just ecstatic about it. That's my favorite part.
This year's Engineering Open House will feature a record number of attendees ranging from 17,000 to 20,000 people. With over 250 exhibits, there'll be no shortage of things to do for residents of Champaign-Urbana. The event is free and open to the public. It will be the first year that guided tours will be available for school-aged children. The exhibits included rocket races, ice cream making demonstrations, and a booth where audiences could extract the DNA from a strawberry. What was your favorite part about it?
So afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to have this extraction solution so that we
Why
can
did you
get
like
the
smacking the
DNA
fruit?
Because it turned into liquid.
In Urbana, I'm Alyssa Rege, UI7 News.
Country singer Alison Krauss is on her way to getting a part of a Champaign street named in her honor. During the study session, the City Council recommended approving West Hill Street between Elm and Prairie Streets. Champaign Mayor Don Gerard shared why he thought Krauss deserved the honor. Other council members like Marcy Dodds also showed her support for the honorary street naming. The Illini Union and other student organizations hosted a Wild 'N Out event Monday at the Courtyard Cafe. Wild 'N Out is a comedy and improv show curated and hosted by comedian and actor Nick Cannon. The event showcased some of U of I's comedians and gave students a break from studying. There were 4 teams, 3 rounds, and 1 winner. The purpose of the game is to see who can get the audience to laugh. The funnier the jokes, the more points awarded. In the end, 2 winning teams competed for the championship belt through the wild-style battle. Players joke about the opposing team, and the team with the most points wins.
3D printing is becoming more accessible in the Champaign area. Jonathan Nani has more.
3D printing is a game changer in product design. This revolutionary technology is available on the University of Illinois campus at the Illinois Maker Lab. Its benefits are plentiful, but efficiency is key.
Now, we felt that students needed to learn that the way we make things is changing, And 3D printing is the enabling technology that allows us to go from an idea to a product in a matter of hours or a matter of days.
Designing and creating products with 3D printers allows for a more interactive learning experience.
I really enjoyed the fact that I was able to take a course that was an elective for my information systems degree, where I could really create things and see kind of a tangible output of the efforts that I was putting forward.
The lab isn't just for students, though. The Illinois Maker Lab allows for members of the community to interact with the technology as well. There's even a workshop that can earn you a 3D printing certificate. The Illinois Maker Lab may only be a single classroom. However, its possibilities are seemingly endless.
And it sort of gives you the freedom to imagine, because complexity is not a problem to replicate.
And being able to imagine is ultimately what the Illinois Maker Lab is all about. Taking designs and turning them into physical products is not as difficult as it seems.
So you would think, hey, I need to learn woodworking, or I need to understand or set up an expensive steel mill and learn casting and forging. Not required. Fire up your computer, learn a little bit of modeling, or there are hundreds of thousands of designs out there, and we provide a place to print it cheaply.
In Champaign, I'm Jonathan Nani, UI7 News.
For most, part of the museum experience is taking pictures, but now some museums are banning a way to take those memorable pictures. UI7's Elizabeth Amanier has more.
As the weather gets warmer, more tourists are heading outside. The Smithsonian, Air and Space, and Natural History all draw in big crowds, but now they might be seeing a decline. An update to visitor policies is getting attention. The Smithsonian has an existing ban on tripods and monopods, and now those popular selfie sticks are also banned.
They were included in the policy so that our visitors can have a safe but enjoyable visit, and we also keep our objects safe.
But the Smithsonian isn't the only one. Similar policies can now be found at London's National Gallery, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Paintings on walls, you have statuary and objects on pedestals that are all valuable and fragile, and we want to make sure that they stay safe. They're the reason why the people are visiting in the first place.
Other museums don't see the concern. At Washington's Newsmuseum, spokesman Jonathan Thompson says selfie sticks are welcome here.
We have staff on every floor of the museum that's always monitoring visitors and making sure everyone's safe. So I think that's really our first line of defense in terms of selfie sticks.
Not banning selfies. They're absolutely encouraged to take selfies, just the handheld kind.
Whether for safety or not, there's no debate on the growing trend of the selfie stick. I'm Elizabeth Amania, UI7 Newsbreak.
Alyssa, have you ever used a selfie stick? Because I have not.
I haven't, but I've seen some people at athletic events use them, like the basketball game recently, and to me, the whole thing just sounds a little bit strange.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Coming up after the break, we have Jonathan Nani with a sports update.
We at Illinois strive to help our students make safe and responsible choices, particularly with regard to alcohol use. If you or a friend are in trouble and need medical assistance, calling 911 will not result in disciplinary action, so long as you stay on the scene and cooperate with authorities. If you feel you or a friend are having problems with substance use, we have many resources at Illinois to provide confidential help. Students are accountable to the student code, whether or not they're on-campus property. Drinking underage, providing alcohol to minors, using false IDs, or driving under the influence will result in disciplinary action. Our goal in student discipline is to help you. Code violations can lead to notations on your academic transcript and dismissal from school. Disciplinary records are subject to release and background checks for jobs and graduate schools. Don't let a momentary lapse in judgment ruin your future. We thank our students for making safe and responsible choices. Go Illini.
The Illinois men's basketball team headed to the NIT last night. The team was forced to play a road game after construction began at the State Farm Center. The renovation will include new seating, an upper concourse level, air conditioning, new scoreboard, and an apparel shop. The Illini were selected as a number 3 seed in the NIT with a matchup against the University of Alabama. Many Illini fans have shown outrage and disappointment over the past season. Illini Drive host Sam Sherman explained just how disappointing the season was for the Illini.
I think the fans are very disappointed to start out. I think that really, at the end of the day, the NIT is, there's lesser postseason tournaments than the NIT,
but like the CBI, for example. But really, if you're not in the NCAA tournament, I don't think fans are going to be all that excited, especially if you're a team that should be good, has the resources to be a lot better than basketball's been.
With a disappointing season, Sherman says that he thinks Illini head coach John Gross is close to being on the hot seat. Many preseason polls had the Illini finishing in the middle to upper pack of the Big Ten. With a strong recruiting class and a newly improved arena, the Illini will try to have a bounce-back season next year. Fighting Illini men's basketball team season came to an end last night following a 79-58 loss to the Alabama Crimson Tide. The Illini dug themselves a hole early in the first half and just couldn't seem to get themselves out. Malcolm Hill led the scoring for the Illini with 22 points, but didn't have much support around him. Senior forward Nana Egwu scored 12 points and Ravante Rice added 7 in the last game of their collegiate careers. This is the second year in a row the team has ended its season with a road loss in the NIT. The Fighting Illini women's gymnastics team had an impressive first-place finish at the inaugural Big Five meet in Lincoln, Nebraska this past weekend. This finish helped the team secure a spot in the evening session of the Big Ten Championships. This is the second season in a row that the Illini qualified for the evening session, making it the second time in program history. The girls will compete for the Big Ten Championships title at the University of Michigan on March 21st. Fighting Illini men's track and field team traveled to the University of Arkansas this past Saturday to compete in the NCAA Indoor Championships. UI7's Lauren Jonan has the details.
This weekend, Illinois' track and field team clinched 5 top 15 finishes at the Indoor Championships. 3 of these performances earned first-team All-American honors, and the team tied for 23rd overall. Head coach Mike Turk says he is proud of the team's finish.
Anytime you can perform at your ranking or higher, I think you've done really well. And in our case, we actually exceeded that probably a little bit. So overall, it was really, really good.
The 4x400 meter relay was the best finish for the Illini. The team of David Kanziera, Kenneth Allen, Joe McCasey, and DJ Zahn ran the 4th best time of the meet. The guys ran a time of 3:06:58, breaking an 8-year-old school record. Zahn anchored for the relay and finished 7th in the 400 meters, continuing to add to his impressive senior year.
That's one of the biggest races I was hoping for this year, to just get to get to nationals at least. And it was just been exciting just seeing how we came along, and once we qualified it was really awesome. But after placing, I was really happy with that, and then breaking the school record was just really cool too.
It wasn't just the runners who had great success at the championship meet. Senior Davis Fraker finished 8th overall in the weight throw, while freshman Jonathan Wells cleared 2.15 meters to finish in 13th place in the high jump. Coach Turk said that this indoor season is only a preview of what could be seen this coming outdoor season. This is the Illini's best finish at the NCAA Championships since 2012, when Andrew Riley led the team to a 13th place finish. Outdoor season kicks off this weekend when Illinois travels to Las Vegas to compete in the UNLV Spring Invitational.
Outdoors, we have a couple of events that we're particularly good at that we add to the mix. So right now, that's a big focus for us to get those things under an order.
In Champaign, I'm Lauren Jonan, UI7 Newsbreak.
That's just a disappointing finish to the season for the men's basketball team.
I know. I think the issue is they just couldn't finish a game at the NIT, the Big Ten Championships, and just other conference games throughout the year. They just couldn't drive to the basket, therefore leading to minimal points, not being able to win these games.
It's such a shame that the seniors had to end on such a low note, though, because I feel like as a senior you want to go off on a high.
Yeah, you got to feel bad for Nana and Ray. It's tough for them.
I know. I wonder if John Gross's position will be up in the air depending on how next season goes. I mean, if they have another season like this, it'll be 3 seasons in a row, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Wow. So he might get fired.
Could be the case.
Oh, that's such a shame. All right, well, thank you, Jonathan, for that sports update, and that's all for UI7 Newsbreak.
Thanks for watching, and have a great day.